Not really. It's just enough to be able to have the next game. Some guys get excited after a win. I mean, he's trying to pump his team up, and he had a good game against us, so that was a great day for him that day. Yeah, that's the key for those guys because they're really, an efficient team offensively by shooting threes. We put some things in that we know we have to be better, things that we know we have to be better with, and we put some things in that just hopefully help us, be better than we were in the game last time, covering the three-point line. Well, I think it's just comfort. They unfortunately with the injuries to our team, Alo being out and Malcolm being out, it hurt us for sure because we lost our rotation. But for Keontae and Elijah, it gave them opportunities, more opportunities than they were getting before, and they both seized the moment, and they both are taking advantage of their opportunities. Well, because Elijah's willing to do whatever we need him to do to win the game. And with his athleticism and his strength, he could play anywhere on the floor, 1 through 5. So for us, we're using him in all areas and just thankful that he just has a heart that just wants to win and wants to do well for the school and for the team. Well, we're always on a mission to be defensive-minded first. Now, obviously, I'm blessed with where the offense is because this is the best my offense has ever looked since I've been the coach. We have some guys that understand how to score, and Kendrick and DeAndre, they're scoring at a high level. And then you got guys on the team that just know how to take advantage of opportunities like Keontae, Jaden, Eli, even Jonathan Lawson and Chandler on certain days. And that mix has been good, but I'll never turn strictly to just being an offensive-minded team and then defense second because you win your championships with defense, and defense travels because on the nights that you miss shots, you got to get stops. So we've struggled more this year, but we're still working on it, and it's almost like we're in constant training camp on the defensive side of the ball weekly. Yeah, shrinking the court, not being so far spread apart, just kind of us kind of protecting our paint. Also, the way that we close out. Once we shrink the court, they're going to throw it out for threes. You got to be able to control that three-point shot and then not give up a drive. We call those threats. So as many threats as we can take away, then, that's what we're trying to do. Yeah, I see Elijah. I saw his gift from the first week that he was here. He's just kind of a laid-back, willing to sacrifice type of guy. If he had a selfish mentality, he'd be trying to go out there and get 14 or 15 points, but because he's such a well-rounded player, the 12 to 14 points come to him off just offense, so many multiple ways, so many different ways. Offensive rebounding, threes, running the fast break, post-ups. He just scores in multiple ways, and he's comfortable with that. He's not trying to go out there and force anything. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much playing time either would get if they come back, but you welcome a veteran that's played against the team before because you're thinking more defensive minded. You're thinking like these are guys that know the system and can shore up some stuff defensively. Yeah, I'm more hands-off at the beginning of the game because I try to allow him to get a rhythm. I don't try to really nitpick every little thing that he does because I need our guards to have flow. And after a while, I'll start talking to him, and then at halftime, I'll make the adjustment with him. And then he'll come out, relax, and then get it done. He just puts too much pressure on his game to try to win the game, and that's just something that he's always had built inside of him before he even got here. And we're trying to help harness that some because he's so hard on himself when he's not playing well that you can't lose sight of the team. And that's mostly what I'm saying to him. You cannot lose sight of the team. Get locked back in on doing what you need to do. Your game, your work is going to show. Yeah, they're both different as far as how they handle their adversities. DeAndre's quiet, but he's still going to keep playing. Kendrick can get shut down. So I handle both of those guys differently. So I'll go to Kendrick and talk more about team, and I'll just build DeAndre up like, all right, you got a little, you're getting a little lax right now, or you need to do this, and all he says is, yes, sir. And I'm like, what do you need? We'll communicate, and then he'll get it done. So both ways, that I handle both guys' work. Thank God. He just needs the reassurance of his work. He's put so much work in that he expects every ball to go in. He expects every pass to be on point because he's worked tirelessly 3 times a day in the summertime to get that work done. And then when it doesn't show on the court, it disappoints him because he's like, why is this not happening well for me? And I'm just glad that I could be there for him to kind of get him locked back in. Yeah, tomorrow, it's not hard to get prepared for because this team has already beaten us, and they're one of the top teams in the conference. They did go through a little lull. I think they lost 5 in a row, 4 in a row, or 5 in a row. So it won't be hard to get up for that game. We're not even worried about Houston now. We're a 1-0 team, so we got to win tomorrow before Houston even comes into play. So I don't think anybody's overlooking UCF because they're good enough to make you keep your mindset on them. Yeah, obviously my first one because it was a shocker to be able to go to All-Star Weekend. It's something that I dreamed about, something that I didn't play to get to All-Star Weekend. I played to try to win a championship. But when the accolades started to happen, to go to my first one, it was in Cleveland. No, my first one was not in Cleveland. It was in Phoenix. And it was just a beautiful thing just to be there with all the All-Stars, knowing that you're elite and knowing that you're a part of something that a lot of people have not accomplished. My rookie game was in, I think it was in Minnesota. I remember that, the rookie All-Star game. So, it was just all those memories are just good feelings. So for Ja and especially Jaren, this is Ja's second time around. Jaren is just an amazing accomplishment. You want that, and when you finally get it, it's beautiful. It's a little bit of both. Most 80% is going to be read and react, and then 20% I got to get some absolutes. Like I'm going to go, okay, this is exactly what we're doing. Because on the read and react, if you run it properly, it's very hard to guard. And on the plays that we want, the absolute plays, is we know the ball is going to a specific guy, and this is what we're going to do, mostly on those post-ups. Yeah, for sure. I've always been heavy on allowing the guys to play out of concepts and kind of read and react. And then when that's not working and we're not cutting hard enough or it's not flowing, then I'll go to something that I know that we're going to get a good shot.